Hello everyone, welcome to Powerline. I'm your host Sky Knight, and today I have for you another top 10 video. This one is going to be on nobles. Yes, nobles. Now some of you may know these card types from the Narukami build or playing Genesis, and a few of them have hit other clans such as Oracle Think Tank and even Grand Blue. So this is going to be my topic today, guys. As always, this top 10 is opinionated. It is strictly based on the arts. It's not based on the grade, not based on the clan, and definitely not based on the ability. Strictly card arts. So without further ado, guys, if you, let's get down to the list. If you have your own opinion on what should be number one, leave it in the comment section below for everyone else to see. So we're going to start with an honorable mention here, and it's going to be Thousand Name Wyvern Knight. Now the reason why this card is on my honorable mention is because it becomes a noble. It's from Narukami, and pretty much it's used in the noble kami variant. So so it can copy the grade 3s when you're on, and it just grabs its name. So it's my honorable mention because technically it's really the only card used for the noble kami variant. So now for 10, it is Black Celestial Maiden Kali, and I love this card. I love this card because of how angry it looks. It is. She is so angry. She is out for vengeance, and there is a lot of similarities to the actual depiction of Kali, with the arms and the color of the skin. There's a lot going on in the background with all the thunder, but I understand the card is from Narukami, so that has to have a lot of lightning in there. But the card doesn't look like its emotions. It looks like she's about to strike. It's just a really good art, and I liked it, and that's why it's my number 10. I just feel there could have been more to it, or maybe less to make it more. Going into number 9 is Eternal Goddess Iwagahime. Iwanagahime. There we go. This one's from Genesis, your grade 3 boss from one of the original sets. She's so awesome. The picture is pretty much just her firing off her scepter, but it just looks so nice, and her hair isn't down, which means she's actually firing her weapon, so you can see it kind of flapping off in the distance. The background is very subtle with the bright lights being shown again from her firing off her weapon. I really, really, really love this card, but sadly there were much better cards out there that I actually liked. But this is going to be my number 9 slot. For 8, I'm going with Battle Deity of the Night, Artemis. First and foremost, love the name. Second, love the art. Back in again in Genesis, the whole chain ride is archery, which, as you guys know, I love archery. So that already there makes me like her. But what's interesting about this is the way that the card is around. So there's a full moon in the back, which is amazing, but it doesn't take away from the picture in general. And then you have her. I can't tell in her right hand. If she's holding the arrows for her bow or if she's spinning it, which is awesome because you can derive either conclusion from the information that is given to you. Her bow, you can see the string and her holding the bow, but there's another arc that goes around over her head, so I don't know if she's spinning her bow or that's just the energy surrounding her. There's a lot of questions that are derived from this one picture, which is great. I love asking questions on pictures. But Artemis is going to be my number 8 slot. For number 7, I have Goddess of Union, from Genesis as well. This is not of anything. The whole list is not going to be Genesis, guys. but a lot of it did come from Genesis. She's so pretty. This card is so, so pretty. I feel like I'd be doing a disservice of just trying to describe it. I love her eyes. I love the background. I love the way that she's drawn. I think she's sitting on peacock feathers. This card is so beautiful. I'm pretty sure one of my buddies would also agree with me. He knows who he is. He likes Genesis. So that's my number 7. This card's just so, so pretty and elegant. Number 6 is Fetter of Fiber Dromi from Genesis as well. This dude is on a mission. Look at him go. On his little skateboard with the metal trap thing on his mouth with fire coming out of it. This dude means business. It is so much fun in this picture. You're like one of those punk kids skating on a skateboard. I really do love this. This is actually a really good art for my number 6 slot. We're going to number 5, and we're going with Goddess of Fruition Carpo. So I wasn't sure if I was going to put this in my list. And it got to number 5. Because every time I see it, I was like, wow, this is some really good art. Right down to everything else that goes along with it. So she's sitting on the floor, but she's technically reading on a desk. And every time I look at this picture, I find out a little bit more about this. You can see the trail of books flowing off into the back. So I guess she was carrying a ton of those books and they all fell. And she just has this innocent look of like, why are you bothering me? Why? Can't you see I'm busy? And she's got candles all around. But one of the things I didn't really understand was, why does she have a candle on her clothes? You see it's right next to her. If she gets up, it's gonna fall on the ground. But again, she is a goddess, so I guess it doesn't really bother her. I guess. But this card is just really pretty. I do enjoy it. I really, really enjoy it. And it made number 5 because it started off at the top and it just worked its way down. So my number 4 slot is Flame Dance Agni. And this one is from Kagura. So I originally wasn't into this photo at all. And then I was like, let's not judge a book by its cover. One of the problems that I had with this was the rare foiling is terrible. So I ended up looking in the gallery and I saw the full art and I was like, this art is fire. It must be in my top list. And it made number 4. Everything about this, the dude's in a pose with his foot up, and he's got the multiple arms. So he looks like he looks like an actual deity. And the card is just drawn really, really well with the background. You really can't see it with the single rare. But the full art, you definitely can see it. So for my number 3 slot, I have Evil Eye Princess Uriel. And again, same problem with the original, with Agni. The rare foiling pattern does it a disservice. So as you show you the full art version, there is so much more going on in this photo, and there's so much more detail within this photo that it is just great. I love right down to the hair with the snake eyes, holding the sword. She's really not holding the sword just to be cute. She's about to go cut someone's head off. I love how they call it a princess, even though it's based off of Medusa. And it's funny you say this because there's another card in Genesis with the name Medusa, but it looks nothing like Medusa. So I'm just mind blown. But this card is great. I love all the little aesthetic details, and she really has a princess vibe to her, despite being a Medusa. And if you can see, I think in the background, I think that's the Royal Paladin branch of the United Sanctuary that she's looking into, but I could be mistaken. So my number 2 slot is Vishnu, Avatar of Heroic Spirit.
Power off.
So my number 2 slot is Avatar of Heroic Spirits Vishnu. This card is awesome. This card is so awesome, with just so much going on in the background, but it does not take away from the main picture, which is great. And you can see the guy is holding several different items in his hand, with the upper left hand just looks like it's throwing out rose petals or flower petals. It is great. There's so much going on. You can just feel the power emanating from this card. Unfortunately, it doesn't reflect in the art, in the ability itself, but it's just really nice. I really, really, really do love this card art. But and this was going to be my number one slot, but when I was perusing through the Noble section, I found one card that made me laugh, and I was like, yes, this is my card art choice. And it number one slot, guys, is Goddess of the Hearth, Hestia. Now, the reason why this one took my cake was not because of her per se, but the animal that she's riding with. Yes, guys and girls, that is a donkey with hair and battle scars. Oh my. Look at that donkey just trying to take center stage from this poor girl. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now I know she should have been at least a 15K card. I'm kidding, guys. This card art is so hilarious. Just, you know what it is? Because she's a goddess with a donkey. She's a goddess with a donkey. I mean, they both let their emotion. Why is the donkey got battle scars? I don't understand it. But again, this is Vanguard. Anything can happen. This card art's so good. I love it. I love it. I should have put it at number 2, but I just, the donkey, every time I see it, I chuckle a little bit inside. And guys, that's it for my top 10. I know this one was a bit quicker than others, but I'm alright with it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave it in the comment section below. Again, from the beginning of the video, you let me know what your number one Noble card is. Thank you guys, and have a great night.